And now, it's BoomerLife, lifestyle discussion designed to make your life more engaging, meaningful, and complete. Celebrating the baby boomer generation, this is BoomerLife on AlzhiemerSocietyBC.
This is BoomerLife on AlzhiemerSocietyBC. I'm Joanne Sutton, and for the next hour, we're going to get up close and personal with the Alzheimer's Society of British Columbia. We hope to help inform and educate you, our listeners, with some first-hand accounts of the work that the Society does in this province. And our guests on today's show are hopefully going to give a very emotional account of what it's like to live with the disease, as well as benefit from the programs and services of the Alzheimer's Society. And most importantly, the role of a caregiver. With me today is Maria Howard, who brings a wealth of health care experience to her role as the CEO of the Alzheimer's Society of BC, based right here in Vancouver. Maria, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Joanne.
So last month on BoomerLife, we connected with the Alzheimer's Society to talk about the state of dementia research. We're very grateful to be able to learn more about the direction that research is taking, both on the biomedical side, looking for a cure, and on the quality of life side, trying to improve the lives of people who are living with forms of dementia. This month, we're talking about caregiving and how to manage the challenges and stresses that caregivers can face to minimize the potential for burnout. We'll be speaking with Joanne Egan, a caregiver living on Vancouver Island. After that, we'll be speaking to one of the Society's support and education coordinators. That's Marielle Randerson. She's from the Victoria Resource Centre. And finally, we'll be speaking with Michael Buchan, who works with the Society on its Climb for Alzheimer's Volunteer Committee. The Climb is coming up soon at the end of September, and it's a great way that people can come out and show support for the thousands of British Columbians who are making the uphill journey of dementia. Let me remind you right now that there's tons of information about the Alzheimer's Society of BC, as well as a wealth of resources online. Visit their website at AlzhiemerBC.org. So, Maria Howard, can you start us off by telling our listeners about the vision of the Alzheimer's Society of BC and what you do and how you help others?
Thanks, Joanne. I always really enjoy the opportunity to share about the Society. The Alzheimer's Society of BC was actually formed or created in the early 1980s when a group of individuals came together who were impacted by dementia and felt they just needed to start to bring together an organization that would focus on helping people who were living with the disease. And that's not just the individuals who have been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or some type of dementia, but their caregivers too, because it is a hard journey for all those who are on it. And so the organization has grown over the last 35 years, and today we are a provincial organization that has 15 offices across the province, and we are really focused on helping those who are on the dementia journey have the best experience possible. We would love to see a cure or research find a cause for the disease, but in the absence of that, while we're waiting for that to happen, we really promote the idea of a dementia-friendly society, which is really a place where those who are living with dementia and impacted by dementia feel welcomed and acknowledged and can still continue to have, the quality of life that we all want in our community.
So how do you actually get your services out to the community to, make that one-on-one connection with people throughout the province of BC?
Well, there's a few different ways we do that. We believe in supporting people to empower them to understand what is happening in their situation. So we have our First Link program, which we offer throughout the province, where people can be referred and begin to participate in a number of support groups and education workshops and exercise programs. We believe in educating people, and so we provide education sessions to healthcare professionals. We work closely with our what we call our dementia-friendly community initiative, which is working with municipalities across the province to think of ways that within their own communities they can make changes to support people who are living with dementia. We believe in advocacy to, spark change. So we're working with the government to look at policies and really, again, helping people understand more about Alzheimer's and sort of change those myths, those stigmas. And then, as you said earlier, we support research, and that's not just biomedical research, but really also research focused on, quality of care, and really importantly, bringing those who are living with dementia and those who have had that experience together with the researchers, so that we know that the work that the researchers are focusing on is the type of work that really will make a difference to families who are impacted.
So, Maria, what do you think is one of the biggest challenges for the Alzheimer's Society of BC?
Well, there's certainly a number. I think, there's a couple of things I can think of. One of the biggest challenges for the Alzheimer's Society of BC is that still there is very much a myth about what Alzheimer's is. People still believe that this is a natural part of aging. It just happens. It's about simply losing your memory. It is not a natural part of aging. Certainly, most people who have Alzheimer's are in their 70s or 80s, but it is not what comes along naturally with aging. And it's not just about memory loss. There are lots of other things that happen to people's behavior and the changes they experience. But, we want to advocate that people living with dementia still have lots to contribute and still are individuals who want to participate and be a part of a community and share. And so we really want to change the myth, and that is a very, it's a slow movement to do that, to get people to sort of look beyond and start to care and really understand the role that all of us play in the community to helping people who live with dementia.
I'm really glad that you pointed out one of the myths, because it has been the goal of the society and the goal of this show as well, to help break some of those stigmas and some of those myths that people might have associated with Alzheimer's disease. So elsewhere at the core of the society, what else is it that you want people to know?
I think it's really important that people know that they're not alone, that there are many people who are impacted in some shape or form with dementia. There are many people who are living with this in their own family or their extended family, but there is also friends and colleagues' families and people just that we would encounter in our neighborhood at the grocery store. And that people are not alone, and it's really important for people to reach out and ask for help and ask for information to help get them informed so that they can make choices about what they may be experiencing as early as possible, as opposed to waiting to a crisis to happen and then people, panic and don't know what to do. The First Link Dementia Helpline that the Society has and offers on a provincial way is a wonderful way that people can call in during the work week and just ask any question. We get questions from all the way to, is this normal aging or is this Alzheimer's, to I'm seeing my doctor, what should I say, to I think it's time that I can't continue on looking after a loved one and I feel really guilty and I need to talk to somebody. We just want people to reach out and talk and start that conversation and know they're not alone. Joanne, the other really important thing about understanding about dementia is that you will hear people say, well, I don't know anybody who has Alzheimer's. I don't know anybody with dementia. So, it's really not important for me. But, we all in the community are touched by dementia in some way. And so it's really important that we all think about how we can help and make a difference. And so one of the ideas that the society really strongly promotes is this idea that before there is a cure, there is care. Because in order to have the available dollars and priority and resources to help support research, we need to get all people to care about the idea of what it means to live with dementia and how that impacts the community, because having that care is what then has people come forward and raise their voice and show leadership. So the idea of before there's a cure, there's care is so important.
I love that, actually. And you've really hit the nail on the head by saying, even if you're not directly connected to somebody who has been diagnosed with Alzheimer's or dementia, you're still affected because you're still a strong member of that community.
It is true. I mean, simply being in the grocery store and standing behind someone who seems to be struggling to count out their change, showing patience, reaching out and asking if you can help. Those are all really simple ideas of care. And when we get people to care, then we begin to change behaviors, and then we really begin to create a dementia-friendly society.
At the core of the Alzheimer's Society of British Columbia, before there's a cure, there's care. It's a great way of summing up why the Society's work is so important. Today, we're talking about caring for caregivers. And once again, if you have any questions or concerns about dementia, you can always talk to your family doctor, or you can call the Society's First Link Dementia Helpline. Here's the number. It's 1-800-936-6033. Or you can visit the website, AlzhiemerBC.org. Maria Howard, thanks for your contributions so far. We'll talk to you more in just a bit. We do have a great show lined up for you today, and we'll learn more about the role of caregivers next on Boomer Life on CL 650.
Celebrating the baby boomer lifestyle. This is Boomer Life on CL 650.